Howard Stern is announcing to the world that he is woke. He is woke. So back off, Jack. Howard Stern is now woke. He is now woke because what? He believes in the vaccine. He doesn't like Trump, and he supports the transgenders. Yeah, not the worst talking points, I would have to say myself, but he is now woke. He's losing his mind. He's yelling and screaming at his critics. I am woke. Howard Stern's woke. Let's see how woke Howard Stern is. That's what we should do today. He owns two giant properties. He owns two giant properties that might as well be like the Ritz-Carlton. He owns two of them. So, man, I was just talking about it yesterday. We got 160,000 unhoused immigrants here in New York City. 10,000 are being bused into the city a month. Let's see how woke Howie is. Is he opening up his Hamptons house to the immigrants? Is he opening up his other property to the immigrants? Because, if he was truly woke, he would make sure that these people had proper housing. Is he giving back any of his $80 million a year that he makes? Because that would be the sign of a woke person. Howie's woke. Hey, cheers to Howie. He's woke. Oh, my God. I just love that he's losing his mind. Look, the real Howie that he's been hiding his entire radio career is on full display now. That's the real Howard Stern. He was always that guy, but he was too scared to show anyone that guy because he knew he wouldn't be as famous. He knew he wouldn't be making as much money. But now it doesn't matter. He's worth $650 million, I hear. He's in his 70s. So let's say he still has a long life. Let's say he does another 20 years, right? He would have to spend $30 million a year to go through all his money because he ain't going to give it to anybody else. So at this point, he has nothing to lose. So here's Howie. This is the real me. This is the guy. I've been this guy my entire life. This is who I was when I was in my basement. He has nothing to lose now. So now he's finally showing his true self. So God bless Howie. God bless Howard Stern. You demand today because you are woke. Are you woke? Oh, I am woke. Started with the Lauren Boebert. He was losing his mind. Inappropriate behavior in a movie theater, and he went off on that. Sure, it was inappropriate behavior, but who gives a crap? These people down in Washington, they're just. But instead of, finding the jokes, he went all in with that, and then people were attacking him, and now he's yelling and screaming that he is woke. Now everybody, this is the part that's not fair about the Howard Stern woke thing. Now they're finding all the stuff he said and did in the past. Oh, you're woke, are you? Well, this is what you said when Columbine hit. Oh, you're woke, are you? Here's 20 things you used to do to women to degrade them. Oh, you're woke then. Okay, well, here's all the times you wore blackface. That part of this is not fair. But him just losing his mind as he yells and screams that he's woke is just hilarious. The headline here is really, really simple. Because I know a lot of old school fans, they're like, what happened to Howie, man? What happened? He changed. He's not the same person. This is the real Howard Stern. This is the real guy that was hiding in his basement all those years ago when he had a wife and two small daughters, right? This is the guy. This was always the guy. But he was smart enough to know if he showed this true self of his, that he wouldn't have been as famous and he wouldn't have made as much money. But now he has nothing to lose. He's got $650 million in the bank. So now you're going to get the real Howie. Hoo. No one should be surprised. This is Howard Stern. This is the guy. It's finally coming out. It took, I don't know, he's probably been doing radio for 50 years. So the true Howard Stern is finally coming out 50 years later. He was a phony most of his career. He was lying to all his people, all his fan base. This is the real Howard Stern. Howard Stern lied to his audience all those years. He was playing a part. The real Howard Stern is finally coming out. This is the real guy. He was always this guy, but he was too scared to show the world because it was way more profitable to not be this guy when it came to money and fame. But now, like I said, he has nothing to lose. He's an older guy with $650 million at least. He don't need the money. And he needs the fame, though, because he's an egomaniac and a narcissist. So he still needs the fame. Howard Stern was always a phony. And if you were entertained by that over the years, that's more than fine. But you can't now be mad because Howard Stern is yelling and screaming that he's woke. This is the guy he always was, and he's finally brave enough to show it to the people. Vincent Scaramuzo, you think this was always the real Howard? Oh, my God, not even a doubt in my mind. Or did he get sucked into that Hollywood lifestyle and start to believe it? No, man. I have no doubt in my mind that this was always Howie there, Vincent Scaramuzo. And that's why he started placating to the Hollywood elite. He was hanging out with them way before he was really talking about it on the radio. No, this was always the guy. And yeah, sure, he was sucked into it. He always wanted to be this guy, but he wasn't brave enough, man. You know, mommy wouldn't have approved. That crazy mom of his, that overbearing mother of Howard Stern, he wasn't allowed to be himself. He was scared between his mom and his dad. And now it's like, hey, man, I have nothing to lose. All these podcasters are passing me by, so maybe I could get some headlines by now telling the world that I'm woke. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my God. It is just hilarious to me. He was playing a role his entire career. And then when he finally started letting go of that, that's when his fan base started. They started going nuts. Like, who is this guy? And I said this over the years. I'm like, what do you mean, who is this guy? You're seeing the real guy finally. That's all this is. But he's woke. Back off, Jack. Howard Stern is woke. Howard Stern fooled you all those years. He was always a little liberal kid in his basement, probably wanted to go another way with some things in his life. I'll say it that way. But that overbearing mother and his dad wouldn't allow poor little Howie to be his true self. And now that his dad's gone, and now that he's in his 70s, and now that he's worth $650 million, now he can finally show his true self. Maybe he'll start, wearing different clothing soon. I would not be surprised. A lot of F. Howie's coming in too. I would be bothered by that too. I would be bothered by that too. Look, it happened to me too. I'm not going to lie to you. I worked with a guy that finally showed his true colors. Anthony was always that guy. I honestly didn't know he was that guy for a very long time working with him, but it happened. It happened in my world too, where the real guy said, "F it, I can't fake this anymore," and there you go. I think in a lot of ways, Howard and Anthony are pretty similar. I think both those guys were very, very scared at first to really show their true selves. And boy, are both of them now showing their true selves. Oh, my God. On complete opposite sides of the spectrum, which is weird because Anthony absolutely was a Howard Stern fan.